Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of the Get the Scoop with Smirk's podcast. I'm Zach Schwindt, and with me today is Garrett McBride. We're going to be chatting about the exciting world of pet food and animal product bulk ingredients and industry trends. It's fresh on our minds since we exhibited at the end of April at the Petfood Forum in Kansas City. Smirk's has been serving the industry for a little while now as a pet food ingredient supplier, but this was our first time exhibiting at the Petfood Forum. So in this episode, we'll be calling out the trends we saw and just shining a little more light on the industry in general. In our second segment, we'll explore the various ingredients that Smirk's offers, and in the third segment, we'll have Donnie's Market Report. So Garrett, I'm excited to chat with you about all things pet food.
Cool stuff, Zach. And there are a lot of exciting things going on in this pet food space, and it feels like it's just the tip of the iceberg for us.
Yeah, no question, Garrett. I mean, in 2023, the pet food market in the U.S. was valued at $43.9 billion. Man. And this number is expected to grow to nearly $60 billion by 2032, according to the IMARC group. These numbers are comprised of dry pet food, wet and canned pet food, and pet snacks and treats, primarily for dogs and cats, but for other pets as well. It's a growing category in the economy, and a segment of this market is trending towards premium pet food and pet treat products. According to Mintel Insights, pet owners are looking for products that provide overall wellness, healthy aging, good digestion, and healthy coats. They are also seeking products which contain simple and recognizable ingredient decks. Interestingly enough, Mintel indicates there's even more new product development and innovation going on in the pet food industry, 50% of which is for dogs and cats, than in human food. And 1/3 of the innovation is coming from upstart pet food companies that have emerged in the last 5 years. It is predicted consumers' desire to change their pets' food to optimize health will continue to prompt more personalization for individuals' pets' specific needs. Owners are also starting to take interest in DNA tests for their dogs to determine the dog's unique dietary needs as well. And a subset of the pet owner market is willing to pay for a cost of fresh pet foods, which are sold in either chilled or frozen formats.
Well, that's crazy. What a huge and growing market. For those that are unfamiliar, what can you tell us about the Petfood Forum?
The Petfood Forum it's an awesome show. It's first time exhibiting, and we were very excited to see, the different types of, not only innovation, but, you have companies who are manufacturing, whether it's fruit powders or, a digestive, enzyme or whatever it is. There's plenty of, vendors that are, unique and it was very cool to see. Many different types of companies that supply the industry with products and services were, exhibiting at the show. A large group of pet food CPG brands and producers were also in attendance. We enjoyed the chance to connect with so many interesting people from this fun and growing industry. Turns out there was almost 4,000 people that showed up this year, and almost 400 exhibitors, from my understanding.
That's so crazy. I mean, just a couple of years ago, it was like 4 brands of dog food on the shelf, basic kibble, and now we're in a whole new world. While you were at that show, Zach, what are some of the trends that stuck out to you?
Garrett, what I found interesting is that many of the trends are closely mirroring what we see in the world of products for humans in our organic and natural food industry. As we know, many consumers are more conscious about choosing healthier foods these days. But what struck me is that this trend is translating to the food that consumers are purchasing for their pets. It's wild, but in our last podcast, episode 11, where we highlighted trends from Natural Products Expo West, many of the same callouts were featured at the Pet Food Forum. These included, an emphasis on sustainability, functional pet food, plant-based proteins, and even more organic and regenerative pet food. And food safety was also an important topic.
Yeah, really astounding how much the pet food sector mirrors what we see in the human food. Such a shift. Considering that so many people treat their pets as full-fledged family members, I guess it's not surprising that they care enough to spend as much or maybe even more on their pets than they do on themselves. Diving into these themes a little bit deeper, let's start with the topic of sustainability. What's most important to pet food consumers when it comes to sustainability, Zach?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, let's take packaging to start off. Most companies are putting an emphasis on recyclable and biodegradable packaging whenever possible. And when it comes to the actual pet food products, consumers are valuing more products with upcycled ingredients. In other words, if there's a way to utilize an ingredient in a pet food product, which keeps it from becoming a waste or heading to a landfill, it is considered upcycled. And they value sustainability business practice. The pet food is very prevalent that sustainability was very important. Some examples are pet food facilities that are powered by renewable energy, such as solar power, or products produced by, limiting water use in the process. There's several ways that we saw companies marketing their products as sustainable.
And I love that the upcycled concept is really taken hold. That's such a cool way to be sustainable. What kinds of functional pet food products did you see and talk about at the show?
Yeah, a lot of people were asking us for products that provide better gut health for their pets. As an example, they wanted quinoa, but specifically they needed quinoa flakes because these are much more digestible for dogs than whole quinoa. And pumpkin powder is another item that's great for pets' digestion as well. And psyllium husk, whether it's the powder or the fiber, popped up as a product that aids dogs and horses in digestion, in the same way it does for humans, really.
Yeah, we heard from one of our business partners. They use Chia as part of the horse feed in the southeast United States because the horses consume a lot of the dust and the gritty substrate where they live. The Chia actually bulks their stool and pushes the dirt and the dust and the grime out of their digestive tract. It's really, really cool stuff.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. And we all know, there's nothing like a sick dog to make you realize the importance of gut health. I know this from personal experience as a dog owner. Nobody wants to clean up those messes or be up in the middle of the night taking care of those sick pooches.
No, I definitely do not blame you. And as I noticed, many companies are looking to add plant-based proteins into their ingredient decks. It's not just a human trend. Our pets are eating more vegetables, fruits, seeds, and grains as well. As for grains, some brands are highly gluten-free, while others are the opposite. There are different viewpoints on gluten in pets' diets depending on the specific animal, the pet's dietary needs, whether it's prescribed by a veterinarian or, if the pet appears to be allergic to a specific ingredient. Some pet food brands carry both gluten-free and products with non-gluten-free grains to satisfy different needs. Plant-based proteins of interest at the show include various protein powders such as pea protein, pumpkin protein powder, rice protein powder, and alternative proteins like brewer's yeast. Other plant-based sources of protein that are popular for pet foods and treats are both, chickpea flour, peanut butter, oats, groats, oat flour, pulses like chickpeas, peas, and lentils. Barley was a popular grain as well.
What kind of fruit and veggies are our four-legged friends consuming in their food and treats these days?
Yeah, some great dried fruit and vegetable powder options are available. Banana, apple, strawberry, blueberry. Citrus fruit powders. On the vegetable side, we see dried peas, potato starch, corn, and sweet potato are definitely large items that we saw being utilized in the pet food industry. So,
are you also noticing alternative sweeteners trending in the pet food space as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, coconut sugar is alternative sweetener known for its lower glycemic level than traditional cane sugar, which is what many pet food brands prefer to steer away from. We can't forget about the functional oils. A lot of pet food products utilize oils such as coconut oil, MCT oil, sunflower oil, flaxseed oil, canola oil. All these oils help keep the dogs and cats' coats healthy and shiny. Honestly, coconut products in general are popular, very, very common for adding in dog food to increase the shining of the coats and whatnot. Desiccated coconut flour, coconut milk powder, and even coconut aminos are incorporated into pet food and pet treats.
Man, everybody loves coconut. You had mentioned previously organic and regenerative. What are you seeing and hearing on that front?
Some brands are going all in with organic treats or pet food. And, this is appealing to consumers who believe strongly in the value of organic products. So while the marketing is still mainly conventional, we are seeing more requests for organic ingredients. Regenerative is still relatively new, but as we know, more consumers are aware of regenerative organic certified products for human consumption. What we learned is that regenerative is starting to pop up. For example, there's a brand of pet treats made with mushrooms that are regenerative organic certified. We imagine this trend could continue. As we saw at Expo West, some of the bigger categories of regenerative products include dried fruits and grains such as rice. Another interesting functional ingredient used in pet food is sorghum, interestingly enough. It is said to be relatively easy to digest for dogs and provides fiber to be low glycemic. It's just an ingredient that can help animals to avoid spikes in their blood sugar. So,
yeah, this conversation's starting to sound more and more like we're talking about human food. This is
yeah, we noticed a lot of similarities. I mean, one thing that we did that really stuck out to me personally was, just like in the world of human food, pet food companies are starting to ask for ready-to-eat or RTE ingredients. In other words, they want to make sure the ingredients they procure have gone through a validation process to ensure the risk of microorganism and pathogen is still, consistently mitigated. This is particularly important to companies that do not have a kill step in their own manufacturing process.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. People's pets are their kids. Their safety is just as important.
Mm-hmm.
We've worked with a variety of pet food companies that take great pride in their quality and food safety systems. It's impressive. Human grade standards are becoming more of the norm in the pet food space, which as a dog owner, I feel great about. But that's the reason the pet food companies are referred to Smirks. Our QA team can provide the long list of quality assurance documents and address the food safety and quality concerns like we would with food intended for human consumption. We supply a range of products that are either already sterilized at origin, such as chia seeds, and we have partners in the U.S. that'll sterilize our ingredients that are raw prior to being delivered to our customers. So a lot of options out there that Smirk can provide.
No, absolutely. And honestly, this industry is a blast. I have a ton of fun speaking with pet food, industry folks and hearing the new projects people are working on. There's a ton of innovation and just excited to be a part of the change and the growth in the industry. But please stay tuned for segment 2, as we dive deeper into the specific ingredients that Smirks offers. In the meantime, don't hesitate to connect with Smirks by email at what'snewatsmirks.com or through our website, www.smirks.com.